What's up, guys? Derek, moreplates.moredates.com. Today we are going to be doing a different kind of video. You have probably seen since 2016 probably when I first started posting, and prior to that I've been a fan of Regrowth DR, which is, you probably, if you follow my hair loss stuff, you probably know that's the Ketoconazole shampoo I've been using since like day one. And I would use that, or I would use Nizoral, and Nizoral was like the cost-effective one that I would use. The reason I didn't like it is because it dries out your hair, and there's no other active ingredients in it that actually like nourish your hair and make it look good. It just like has the ketoconazole and just dries it out. So, you know, when I was on a budget and I was trying to be, you know, have the most cost-effective option, I would have, basically, I'd have my Nizoral and I'd have Regrowth DR, which is like what I feel is the best ketoconazole shampoo on the market right now. And I would alternate between them kind of thing to save money. Like for some days of the week, I would use Nizoral, and I would kind of swap between Regrowth DR and Nizoral. And then as, you know, my budget allowed, I started to kind of stop using Nizoral entirely and just use Regrowth DR, because Nizoral makes your hair look like malnourished, and it like sucks the hydration out of it almost. Like it just really like frizzes and dries it out. So I started using Regrowth DR pretty much exclusively. And then I did a video and a post a couple years ago, maybe, or a year and a half ago, the best hair loss prevention shampoo, as well as the first thing you should use when you start hair loss prevention regimen. And that has been, you know, for years now, I've been recommending Regrowth DR. So cool, really cool thing is the guys, this company, the owner actually reached out to me, which, you know, I was kind of shocked at. And I've been buying this product for probably 7 years now. 7 years, I think. And I've just, you know, I've used it every other day for 7 years, and it's still the first thing I tell people to use if they're starting a hair loss prevention regimen, because it's over the counter, low risk profile is very low, low incidence of side effects. If, you know, who has side effects from ketoconazole shampoo? Almost no one. Worst case scenario, you might get some like dried out hair, and that's about it. But anyway, so they reached out to me and they wanted to team up, and I was like, okay, like that seems cool, because I've already linked to the product on Amazon for like years, and the Amazon commission is like terrible. Like the percent they give me is not very good. So like teaming up with these guys directly, I was like, okay, awesome. I can, you know, what do you guys want to do? So they basically told me about this like subscription service they have, and it's called a Regrowth Club. So basically it's like a side brand that's branched off from Regrowth that basically has a more cost-effective way to get the products on a monthly basis shipped right to your door. Because like up to now, every single month I've been reordering Regrowth DR off of Amazon. Like that's how I get it, and that's how I've been getting it. I was not aware there was a subscription. I don't know how long it's actually been out, to be honest. It might be a new thing, but I didn't ask them that. But anyway, so they have this service where you can basically get their products for cheaper by being on like a subscription plan kind of thing. They also wanted to give me a code I can give to you guys to get an even bigger discount on the subscription. So, you know, if you want to support me and this channel and hair loss prevention, you know, my further experimentation and research, this is going to be a video for you guys, and potentially a way to save money too on what you probably already use if you're using a ketoconazole shampoo based on my recommendations in the past. So anyway, Regrowth DR. If you don't already know, ketoconazole, the active ingredient in Regrowth DR, that actually, it's the only thing in a shampoo over the counter that has a topical anti-androgen like effect. The, you know, degree to which it inhibits androgens topically is not incredibly substantial, hence why it is an over-the-counter product and why it's, you know, available in a shampoo to begin with. But for many individuals, it's sufficient to completely stave off loss. And if you're one of those individuals, consider yourself very lucky, obviously. But it's also a good thing to have in your regimen regardless, because you're going to need to shampoo your hair, and why not clean up a bit of that androgen excess that's, you know, on the scalp. Even if you're on finasteride, dutasteride, you can only inhibit scalp DHT by so much. Like 2.5 milligrams of dutasteride only inhibits scalp DHT by 77%. So like there's residual androgens chilling there that are going to screw you over. So the more kind of like compounding backup you can have through like a comprehensive protocol, the better. So ketoconazole is like the first thing I would always, you know, recommend people to introduce into a regimen. Non-prescription, non-experimental, low risk, and it's present in just like a formula that would otherwise be used as a good shampoo anyways, because you're gonna have to shampoo your hair unless you don't shampoo your hair. But anyway, going to their site, I noticed they have a few different options. I just kind of want to like go through the options with you guys to let you know which one I would recommend. So, you know, obviously I'm completely transparent with you guys. This, if you do their subscription, it, you know, helps support the channel. So it's appreciated if you guys follow through with that. The discount code is Derek10. It'll give you 10% off of any subscription. And frankly, this is something I buy every month anyways. And hopefully moving forward, I can actually get it for free from these guys. That would be pretty sick. So, but up to now, I've been spending $25 a month on Regenipure DR bottles for like 7 years. So the subscription basically gives you an option where, you know, you like commit to what you would anyways be getting every month without a subscription, but now you're on a subscription so that you get a discounted rate. Plus the discount code Derek10 supports me and gives you 10% off of your entire subscription. So that's pretty cool. So on their site, they have a bunch of different options for like solutions, they call it, which is basically just combinations of their products. I'm just going to tell you straight up which ones I would bother with, because, you know, most companies, they're going to have like their pills that have like biotin and whatnot, and saw palmetto and over-the-counter things that they can sell. Me personally, I only want to use things that are heavy hitting and actually like make a difference. So that's just pretty much what I'm going to tell you guys about. So this is the box it comes in that you get, which is kind of cool. It's like pretty professional. I already took all the stuff out of it, but basically if you do like the full blown kind of like hair, like they have different protocols on their site. Basically their main products are, they have Regenipure DR obviously, which is the Ketoconazole infused shampoo. They have Regenipure NT, which I'm sure you've heard me talk about before, where I say make sure you get the DR and not the NT. It's because this is the one that has the Ketoconazole in it. This is the one that is just a high quality shampoo. So they're both high quality shampoos, but to be clear, this is the one with the Ketoconazole. This one does not have Ketoconazole. So in which scenario would you get both of these? It's less likely that you need NT if you have DR, to be honest, but let me just get into the other ones first. I'll kind of elaborate on that. Then they have this volumizing biotin conditioner, which I had never used prior to them contacting me. So I was like, okay, well, obviously I might as well try it. It's free that they sent me. So I tried it and I actually really liked it. So I do have a conditioner that I use normally, which has there's no anti-androgen type properties to it. It's simply to make your hair more like, get the moisture in there and kind of like hydrate it and volumize it. Because when you use Ketoconazole shampoos, like I mentioned with Nizoral, it's like notorious for drying out your hair. Regenipure DR, because it had, first of all, it's super high quality and it has a bunch of other ingredients in it. Like notably, probably the most notable one I think are, let's see, castor oil, zinc, caffeine. Well, it also has niacin in it, which is notable, brings blood flow to the scalp and can help a bit. Emu oil, which is really good, a lot of clinical studies to back that. Spearmint oil. But the main thing we care about is it has the Ketoconazole, but the rest of the blend is such that it doesn't like totally destroy your hair, which is the main problem with Ketoconazole shampoos normally. This does a good job of keeping good hair quality whilst also providing a dose of Ketoconazole. The NT though, this would only make sense to use if you only use DR, like, let's say you shower, I wash my hair every other day. So I use DR every other day. If I was somebody who showered every day though, I wouldn't use Ketoconazole every day because that would probably damage my hair. So if you were somebody who washes your hair every single day, in that scenario, that's where you would benefit from having NT, because this is a high quality shampoo without the Ketoconazole, because you don't want to overdo it with Ketoconazole and dry the hell out of your hair. So what you would then do if you did shower every single day, which I don't necessarily recommend anyways, is every other day you would use DR, but every other day where you're not using the DR, you would use NT. I tried it just, you know, for the sake of trying it to see if I would recommend it, and it's great. Smells great, makes your hair feel great. It's awesome. So if you needed a shampoo without Ketoconazole, this would be a good go-to. It's just, you know, for most of us, we just want the prevention aspect and then to try and, you know, offset the drying kind of. So that's where the conditioner comes into play. And I've never used their conditioner, and I'm definitely going to continue using it. It smells great, makes your hair feel great. Again, you're not looking for any kind of like hair loss prevention activity on 5-alpha reductase or like androgen receptor antagonistic activity or anything like that. What you're getting out of this is essentially just ensuring your hair feels and looks as good as possible after using the ketoconazole. So this does a good job of minimizing the effect of ketoconazole that it would otherwise have on your hair should you use a ketoconazole only shampoo. But the conditioner is really good at making your hair feel and look volumized after to prevent you from having that sort of ketoconazole dried out look. You know what I mean? So it's kind of just like a insurance policy. And if you use a conditioner, I would highly recommend it as well. As far as they have these pills as well. They're like biotin maximum strength pills. Comes with it's basically a B complex, has niacin, has folate, has B12, has a fat dose of biotin, has some iron, it has zinc, and it has a proprietary blend of what you would imagine saw palmetto, you know, kind of like standard stuff. It also has Foti in it, which is something I just heard about recently that apparently can prevent gray hair, which is interesting. I actually just noticed that. As you can see, it's fully sealed. I haven't even used it, but Foti is actually something I was looking at recently. It's supposed to be Ho Shu Wo. It's some like Chinese herb that apparently like stimulates hair growth, prolongs the anagen phase, and can prevent graying, which is interesting. So it's something I've been looking at. But okay, I didn't know that was in there. So this might actually be worth trying, to be honest. But frankly, if you're on a budget, the main thing we want here is the DR. So as far as that, that's the one thing that's kind of like my mandatory recommendation. In addition to that, the regrowth kit comes with their own minoxidil. So why would you get your own minoxidil when you can get the Kirkland stuff that's like dirt cheap for 6 months? So basically I told them, what's your minoxidil? Like, what's the benefit of using it over your standard Kirkland spray or, you know, liquid dropper that costs like what, like $40 for 6 months or like 50 to 60 bucks or something. So basically for me to recommend their minoxidil, which is 5% strength as well, which is, you know, the standard go-to concentration. They basically said, okay, so their appeal of it is it has a sprayer on it as opposed to, you know, with the minoxidil, normally you're used to using a dropper, which you have to like spread your hair apart and then get the dropper in there and then like rub it in, make sure it doesn't drip down your forehead. So their minoxidil actually comes with a spray applicator, which I've had some bad experiences with spray applicators in the past. So my kind of like opinion on it was going to be dependent on how well the spray applicator actually worked, because I've seen some like pretty terrible ones before. In addition, they told me it dries fast and it's not oily. So I'm like, okay, well, this might actually be worth looking at then, even if it's, you know, more expensive than the Kirkland one, because the main reason I don't use minoxidil personally is, one, bloats me up with water retention, first of all, which a lot of people, they don't care about that, or they don't get that side effect, which is, you know, a reason why minoxidil is like the first go-to growth agonist that most people use, and they use it with great success. It's obviously good at what it does. It's the best growth agonist out there, and it is FDA approved after all. The second main issue I have with it is it makes my hair look like complete garbage. Like it's to the point where if I was gonna use it, there's no way I could maintain like a quiff or like a flip up or whatever you want to call what I do with my hair, because it just looks way too greasy and it's unmanageable when you're applying it twice a day too, not even just once. Like when I apply my hair loss topicals, it's once a day, typically before bed, and then in the morning I can kind of like clean up the residue gunk and garbage and shower and like fix my hair and be good to go until nighttime again when I have to apply my topicals. But if I'm using minoxidil, especially the Kirkland stuff, it's so greasy that it's essentially unmanageable to have nice hair that's not super short if you're going to use that stuff. So that was another reason why I've avoided minoxidil for a long time, because it makes your hair look terrible. So basically I told them, I was like, well, the only appeal minoxidil would have for somebody like paying more for it is going to be, is there some way it's beneficial over top of the Kirkland stuff? So they told me yes, and they told me why. I said, okay, I'm going to get, I don't use it personally. Like you guys know, I don't use minoxidil right now for the reasons I just outlined. However, I have friends who use it, and I have, you know, tons of followers who use it. So I got my friend Spencer to try it out. He uses minoxidil, and basically I'm just going to show you what he told me, because I wasn't going to like pressure him to do it on video or anything like that. But so basically I sent him Well, I didn't send it to him. I literally drove to his house and I handed it to him. After I gave it to him, he tried it a couple times and then he texted me his words exactly. Shit's 1,000 times better. Literally almost zero oil like 1 minute after you apply it. Almost oilless altogether, and the applicator is fucking mint. You can swivel it and move it to hit any angle you want. Dries super quick too. So that was like basically enough for me to hear, okay, it's probably worth paying the extra amount over top of a batch box of Kirkland Minoxidil liquid. Because first of all, spray applicators, if you have like a really good mist applicator, you can hit a good surface area that would otherwise be really difficult to hit with a dropper. So if you have a high quality mist sprayer, it's really good to really like cover a large surface area of your hairline or wherever you're wherever you have diffuse thinning or receding. So the spray applicator works well. The main thing too being it doesn't make your hair greasy or oily. So in comparison to the standard Kirkland stuff, this is something you can actually put on your head and not completely destroy your hair every single day, which is like the main thing that would prevent most people from using it. So in that respect, if you know you're gonna use a minoxidil, this is the minoxidil I'd recommend you get, and I'm fully, you know, willing to endorse it with these guys because of, you know, I've actually seen in real life application now that it is actually superior and does justify the price increase. Because, you know, as you guys know, I've always like linked out to just like your standard like minoxidil liquid on Amazon or the Rogaine foam, but I've never seen a dry liquid version with a spray applicator that didn't suck. So this is something, if you're on minoxidil, I would recommend you actually check out. So basically, I'm going to get into the plans now with you guys. This is a long video, sorry about that, but I just want to make sure you guys understand what I'm kind of like endorsing here. I'm not just plugging some random company that I've never had experience with who tried to throw money at me. In fact, they don't throw any money at me. It's basically based on how many, you know, sales I get through people I'm recommending it to. So anyways, getting into the plans. Basically, the standard thing I would recommend is, let's see, where is it? The crown thinning. So fill the gap is what it's called. And it's $40 a month. And you get the Regenipure DR, which is the DR, Ketoconazole shampoo, and the minoxidil spray, which is like 1,000 times better than the Kirkland stuff. And that's like the minimalistic plan if you're trying to get like the FDA approved version or like the FDA compliant version of hair loss prevention. That's a good start. As far as if you want Regenipure DR by itself still, I'm pretty sure you can get that through their site. If not, then you can just, I'll include the Amazon link below too, where I've always, you know, linked out to it if you guys still want to just buy it on its own and don't want to get some sort of bundle. But anyway, that's like the basic minimalistic plan is just DR and the spray, because those are obviously the two like heavy hitters of this company is minoxidil and ketoconazole. And ketoconazole shampoo too, if you want to see some more references of its efficacy. There was a study that conducted that compared it to 2% minoxidil and found that it was just as efficacious at preventing hair loss. And in fact, I would argue that it's more efficacious at preventing hair loss because it actually has an anti-androgen effect rather than minoxidil is simply a growth agonist and does nothing to prevent further androgenic alopecia / miniaturization of hair follicles. So if you actually want to get into like an efficacy discussion, the first thing I always recommend is the ketoconazole. So, but as far, obviously they have a synergistic effect if you're blocking androgens to some extent in 5-AR and also simultaneously, you know, having a growth agonist in there that's proven to be the best one that's ever been developed so far. So that's like the minimalistic plan that I would recommend. $40 per month with my discount code Derek10. I guess it would come down to $36 a month, which I think is pretty reasonable for the shampoo and the spray and the minoxidil spray for a month's worth of each. So that's the first plan I would recommend. The second thing I would recommend, if you use a conditioner, I would highly recommend you go with a plan that has the conditioner as well. So this actually, I like it. I'm going to keep using it. I'm going to replace my current conditioner with it, and it makes my hair feel better and look better than that one. So I'm going to continue using this one. It has tea tree oil and let's see, what else? Jojoba oils, keratin, silk proteins, copper peptides, saw palmetto. So, you know, honestly, I don't really care that much about all that stuff. I care more about how does it make my hair look after I have ketoconazole in it. And it's better, feels a lot better than the shampoo I have normally that I always buy anyway. So I might as well get this one too. And I would recommend you guys try it because it's actually good. And it's probably better than the one you buy at your local grocery store or wherever you get it right now. Unless you make your own and it's like, you know, some like cool like combination of emu oil and like all these different things that you have in your own specific ratios for your own scalp sensitivity or whatever. But most people don't. So if you want a turnkey easy conditioner, I would recommend that. I don't know if they have that plan on their site, to be honest. I'm going to email them and see if they can add that because I don't think they have that combination right now of the DR minoxidil and the conditioner. So I'm going to see if they can add that for you guys. But the next plan I would recommend is, okay, I see now. So if you actually go to All Solutions, or what is it? Yeah, All Solutions, they actually have a bunch of different options where you can basically make your own combination. I wasn't sure if they had this, but basically when you click it, the first thing I would recommend is fill the gap. If you use minoxidil or you're planning on using minoxidil, it has Regenipure DR and the minoxidil with it. So if you subscribe to that, and use discount code Derek10, it knocks the price down from $40 per month down to $36 a month, I believe. And then once you have that plan, you can add things onto it separately to kind of like build your own combination. So from that, I would add the Regenipure Intense Volumizing Conditioner. If you use a conditioner, then I would add that to it. It looks like it is $17.50 per month. But with the discount code, that would take 10% off, Derek10, which would knock it down to, I don't know, like 16 bucks or something, which isn't too bad for a month, I feel like, considering this is, if it seems like a better quality shampoo than the one I used to buy, which is, you know, just as expensive. Alternatively, if you don't use minoxidil and you don't want to use minoxidil, you should start with the Maintain for Oily Hair plan, which is 35 bucks a month and basically has the Regenipure DR as well as the conditioner. And that's basically, those are the two like base plans I would recommend, is Fill the Gap, which has DR as well as Regenipure DR as well as minoxidil if you use minoxidil or you're planning on using minoxidil, and then or Maintain for Oily Hair, which is the DR with the conditioner. And then from there, you can either mix, you know, you can add in things that you need to add separately. So if you were using the Fill the Gap plan with DR and minoxidil and you want to add the conditioner, you can add the conditioner. Alternatively, you can add you know, the pills or whatever you want separately, as well as the NT if you do shower every single day, to either plan you want. So anyways, I'm getting a bit off track on a tangent here, but yeah, I highly recommend you guys check it out. And if you want to support the channel, this is a way you can. Previously, it's only been Amazon links, and the Amazon commission is terrible. And this is a good commission where I'm actually like fairly compensated for my recommendation, which I coincidentally happen to have been recommending anyways for like 7 years now. So hopefully you guys, you know, stuck around. Thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you guys for supporting the channel always. If you do want to check out and grab one of these plans and get your ketoconazole and minoxidil on subscription, I guarantee you won't be disappointed. It's a better ketoconazole and minoxidil than I've seen with any other brand. They also have sulfate-free, paraben-free, no harsh chemicals, which for a lot of health-conscious individuals, it's actually a big deal. And it won't make your hair look terrible while still getting your ketoconazole and minoxidil. It's going to be in the link in the description below. Discount code Derek10 to support me and get you guys a better deal on something you probably already use anyway. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, check out my blog, moreplatesmoredates.com. Check me out on Instagram at moreplates_moredates, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, etc. Talk to you guys soon.